Ich begrüße Simon Flepp von Swissphone. Simon, danke, dass du Zeit hast und dass du gekommen bist.
Gern geschehen, danke, dass ich hier sein kann.
So, wir switchen jetzt auf Englisch. Ganz einfach, damit wir die guten Dinge, die du mit uns teilen möchtest, auch natürlich auch global verteilen können. Alright, so thanks for being here, Simon. And maybe some words about yourself and about Swissphone.
Thank you, Uwe. Thank you for having me here. So my name is Simon. I'm from Swissphone, obviously a Swiss company close to Zurich, and we are doing pagers. So our company is more than a half a century old, and we are in the public safety business, but also working in the industrial area with our alerting systems and solutions.
Very well. So, what was the intention of Swissphone joining the mioty alliance and also incorporating the mioty standard into your products?
Yes. So, as we are engineering guys, we have been thinking about LP1 systems and how they can be integrated into our existing radio products. And as it turns out, mioty is well, one of the best technology that fits currently together with our existing radio technology within our pagers, but also for other use cases. And as you already know, it's about the key USPs of mioty that brought us to this decision. So it's about reliability, robustness, mobility, and also the scalability.
Well, the hard key of your business is of course reliability, because you provide networks, of course, also to police and firefighters and so on. But that's not it. I mean, as you already said, process industry and so on. HSE is a big issue there, and reliability is actually a must. So how do you position yourself in the IoT process chain?
Okay, yeah, that's right. So we see ourselves bringing mioty into our own segments, and by doing this, we try to be a full chain provider from the very beginning at the endpoint up to the system that the user actually needs and uses, like control centers and so on. And in between, we try to bring our own existing products within this chain. On the other hand, we want to help the other alliance members and their segments with our products, and yeah, so that the family can grow together.
As already said, with MADA and a few partners, working together is almost a natural. So the members are grouping and then doing bigger projects. We also have at least one or two in line. So thank you very much. That's very interesting. But what kind of products are these in particular you have to offer?
So we are currently working on 3 different products. One of it is a mioty base station that we will launch at the end of the year, and then we have a mioty module that we already brought into some prototype projects with partners of the alliance. And last, we of course want to integrate the technology in our existing paging solutions, and so we will see pager terminals not only have LTE but also mioty integrated inside. The main use case for this actually is think about lone worker protection. So in industrial environment, this is a big issue to have keep track on your personnel, know where they are, and give them something into the hand if something happens. So this is what our products already do, and now we want to combine this with mioty.
Well, we hear a lot of rumors from the communities, and up to that point, did they say mioty is a fiction? Of course, mioty is not a fiction, it's reality with real products, a real ecosystem, and the real reliability which mioty has to offer and the standards. You didn't come with empty hands like all your pre-interviewers, also from Switzerland. So what have you brought with you?
Okay, so I don't showcase them all during the interview, but you're welcome to talk with me together with the product and have a closer look. So we have them here on the table. What you see here is the mioty base station. It's very compact and rugged. And this is the prototype that we have already featured within our evaluation kits. So many companies within the alliance have laid their hands on it and tried it out. It runs the evaluations of them from Fraunhofer, but the final product will soon have our own software, of course, and will be fully certified. The strength of the base station is redundancy, besides the compact form. So we have power redundancy. So we have DC power inlets, 2 of them, but also power Ethernet, so you can bring your energy together with the connectivity. And in addition, we feature LTE as a backend connectivity over wireless systems, of course.
Just one word, you said this is one of the first models, looks like a rugged, very well thought product to me, which you can really release in the wildlife, in the industrial, and we have one customer we have together, and they have mounted this, I guess outdoor, yeah, it was outdoor. So that product has a very good IP protection. If you look at it, very well done. So great. So tell me more. Now you got me hooked.
So I have to do a correction. It's not for outdoor mounting as it is like this. So you will need some additional cover to be outdoor. And on the other side, it's because we focus on our own solutions, of course. It's optimized for the European market and offers the narrowband EU1 profile. This is just to get most out of the link budget and have the greatest coverage that we can get. So this is what this box can do.
What else have you brought with you today?
In addition, I have our pager already showcasing the mioty. So this one is currently transmitting, and not just the regular mioty, but also the low latency mode that mioty features. So you can have a 10-byte message sent to the base station below 1 second. And in addition, I do have some stuff from our engineering team and the apprentices, the trainees that we have tested within some POCs. So we do have an evaluation kit. It's Arduino based and features our module, so you can easily hook up your own use case and test it out. And then we have a module that is featured by Fraunhofer. You can buy it from LCD. It also features our module, but you can have others. It's just a different evaluation kit from them. And yeah, this is it. I can tell you more later.
Well, that's plenty. So do you want to share some additional information about some POCs which you have performed or are you planning to perform?
Yes, so first, as an interview, I've learned that if you bring mioty to customers that are not familiar with radio technology, they need some kind of feeling about what is actually working and why would they choose mioty in particular. And so we have set up together with the evaluation kit a very simple kind of solution that you can showcase what mioty can by walking around in your scenario. You've been be with me with one customer doing this. you just go there, set up the base station, plug it in, grab your hand testing device that I have here also, and just walk around, get some messages in the air, and afterwards you do some data analysis, and then you have a good feeling about what is working and what not. And the cool thing is we also use bidirectional functionality of mioty. So you get an instant feedback about the signal levels while you walk around. That's pretty cool, and customers do like it, and we will have them in other use cases and POCs as well.
Thank you, Simon. So, as we already mentioned, working together is just almost a natural within the alliance. So we mentioned Compact, we had Urs over here, but I know there's also a Switzerland connection, so you have a project together with them. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, that's right. We have worked together with Comtech and Expo. So Expo is a Swiss power grid provider, and they brought a use case to us and want to showcase if mioty works, because they figured out other system didn't work as well as they want. So the use case they had was actually pretty funny, because it was an internal competition, like innovation competition. So employees could bring their ideas, and this one actually won. The one I just explained. So it's about the power grids. So think about mid-voltage power poles you have in the rural environment usually, and they are very segmented. So you have a lot of interconnections and junctions, and you need switches to switch them off if you have to repair such a network. And what they want to have is a supervision of this switch state, and this is where Comtech came into us.
Yeah, no, power is a quite critical and a big issue, especially at this time, and quite impressive that you have won this case. It's not easy. There are a lot of sharp people, very skilled people, which are applying for such a POC. So congratulations for that. Quite impressive. And what else? What else is the next plan for, let's say, the next year for you and the projects and the implementation of this wonderful POC?
Okay, so yes, so we can talk a little bit more about this POC, and the good news is that now we know that we will go to the next phase. So this is really a project that will bring all of us further, even others within the alliance, because the next question would be backend and how they could be integrated into their SCADA systems. Maybe a little bit more about this POC. So we had one base station set up in a rural area, and about 10 sensors. 8 of them were mounted on poles. We had other sensors brought in by Comtech, and we actually helped them to myotize their products. So Comtech had LoRa sensors and narrowband IoT, and we helped them integrating our module and optimize power consumption, etc., to get with the setup. We had some pretty cool results. They are actually published in the Electronic Net magazine. Yes, you can look it up for you.
Yeah, it would be really cool if you maybe later somebody has questions about this report or feedback or result of your tests. Maybe we should even share it on our website. So looking a little bit forward about Swissphone, about mioty, how do you see mioty in the next 2 years? And if you have a wish, what would you wish which should happen, or what do you need?
What I think what the alliance needs is a strong partnership still the one that we feel that this experience can be established and even be more intense, and that we all together can really get projects out and set up so that there is really a market growth.
Anything else you would like to share with the community? Food for thought, last words, advices? Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Sometimes it doesn't love operators. Okay. One more, we will get this done. Here we go. Oh, that looks interesting. Tell us more about it.
So let's get back to the POC I mentioned before. So I think it's worth sharing some results from there. Beside the use case I explained with the power grid pole, these sensors are stationary, and this is a map of the area that we had showcased the POC in Switzerland. And here you see the red dots. These are the stationary sensors, and the base station here just in the middle. And the ranges between the base station and the sensors, they were like up to 20 kilometers in a rural area. And we had this POC running over 6 months, and during that time we collected 1.5 million of data and 3 to 30,000 mioty messages per sensor. And we had most of the sensors placed at the spot with a link budget just above about 120 dBm. And within that scenario we had actually not a single lost message during the whole period. We had one spot in the red area where we had about 10% packet loss. What you all see on this picture is as Swissphone has pagers, so we rely on mobility and portability, so a pager must work also in such an environment, not just static. And so we did a test drive and try out if the promise of mioty working up to 120K really holds. So what you see here is a test drive on a highway in Switzerland. It's here the colored line along the stream, and the test run was like at a high speed highway speed up to 120K. You see it here on the plot. So the blue plot shows the actual speed on the road, and the light blue shows the relative speed from the vehicle towards the base station, which is actually relevant if it comes to Doppler propagation. And on the other hand, you have the red line showing the distance between the base stations, so we had up to 50 kilometers of distance. And you see the SNR plotting here, which came pretty close to the system limit down to 138 dBm at two spots. But overall, within the 12 minutes that we run the drive, we had only lost one message. So for us, this is a pretty impressive result.
I cannot more than agree. So you took everything to the test, rural areas, you have obstacles, you put it on a speed in a collecting data on a driving or moving vehicle, and I mean, losing one telegram, this is almost nothing, okay? So, and this is exactly what we need. We need these tests, we need these stresses, we need the challenges of the setup. And so, you have the products, you provide the solutions, so they are real. And as we can see over here, you have not only built an ecosystem, you also put the ecosystem to the test with real measurements and reliable data, and that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to being here and sharing this. Yes. And of course, you can always come to us. We can help you setting up your own project and supporting you with simulations and our RF expertise that we already have and spread around the mioty ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Simon. You are definitely subject experts when it comes to these topics and POCs. So you heard it. Please contact Swissphone. You will feel the love from the beginning, and of course also the big knowledge and experience they have collected over decades. Thank you so much for making the time. Thanks, Simon.